Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Tech Forge. My name's Nathan. Today we're going to unbox these boys. These boys. Fanny boys. Fanny boys. These boys. Fan boys. They are the Cryorig QF120 Performance series. Let's open some boxes, have a look at them, see how they stack up. Okay, so let's open this box and see what we get inside as a present. Now, looking at the packaging first, just quickly, it's not overly expensive packaging, but it has all the details we need. It's pretty enough. I don't like companies that spend a fortune on packaging because that's money I'm paying for something I'm going to throw in the bin. It's going to be the easiest place. Yeah, let's open it from the back. Do something different. There we go. What do we got? We got screws. We got rubber quick mounts and a 4-pin Molex connector. So I don't know if a Molex connector is going to work well with these at 2200 RPM. I don't care how well designed your fan is, that's going to be very loud. And let's see if we can get a fan out of here. It doesn't like being opened from the back. There we go. One fan. Stuck. There we go. The ITF4, out of the way you. We have one Cryorig QF120 Performance series. Now, one thing I noticed compared to ordinary cheapo case fans, like this BitPhoenix one that just comes with a case, it felt quite strong and sturdy, and I don't know if you can pick this up on camera, but it has a little bit of flex in the frame. Whereas this little Cryorig here, putting the same force in, yeah, it's not moving. Well done, Cryorig. That feels quite nice. So here's an idea. Let's just get these on the scales real quick. This is the stock case fan by BitPhoenix, 102 grams. Let's chuck that out of the way. And the Cryorig fan, 131 grams. That's 30% heavier than a stock case fan, so that's better quality materials in the motor too. Probably more copper, I'd imagine, since copper weighs a bit, but you can feel it when you pick it up. When you pick this up, that it's quite a lot more solid than just a normal fan. Me likey. So getting down to brass tacks with the QF120 Performance series, the spec sheet reads a little something like this. A nice wide PWM range from 600 to 2200 RPM with the standard 10% variance, so easily tunable to a satisfactory acoustic level if that's your jam. Max airflow is a hefty 83 cubic feet per minute, which is hella hefty for a 120mm fan, but most impressive to my eye is a 3.3mm H2O static pressure rating, which means these puppies will have no problem just smushing air through thicker radiators or past a stack of pesky hard drive cages in some of those older cases you find. Cryorig claim these Performance series can do all that with as little as 37 dBA noise level, which if true is fantastic. Oh, come on Nath, you're better than that. Real low hanging fruit, that pun. So, what is the cost of all this too good to be true specification in dollar terms, you ask? Fans of similar spec from major manufacturers like EK, Corsair and NZXT cost 25 to 50 Aussie dollary dues each, depending mostly on how much RGB they cram into your eye sockets. But these little spinny boys setting you back 15 dollary dues each, and if your system already has RGB, you can see the blades reflect light quite well, at least enough to look halfway decent. If you aren't a fan, if you don't like RGB, then nothing to worry about here. So one of the nifty features that Cryorig have included on these fans are these little cutouts in the frame that go through to the side of the frame, which is supposed to allow it more airflow if it's not able to draw enough from the front. I guess if you've got it up against like a radiator or like a fan grill, perhaps even the like some mesh filter. When those mesh filters are a little bit close, they can be a little bit restrictive, so that could aid there a little bit in the airflow. Not entirely sure. Might have to put these bad boys into the upcoming fan test roundup that I've got coming. There we go. You can see the light. Here's something a little bit different from Cryorig that I don't really see anyone else doing. There you have it, a quick look at the Cryorig QF120mm Performance series fans. Now for a high airflow, high static pressure fan, they are pretty good value for the price that we could pick them up at. Not a bad looking fan either. They're pretty solid, well made by the looks of it. A bit of a question as to how they perform. The stats look good. On paper, this looks like a really high performing fan. But is it? That's a great question. We're gonna answer that. Stay tuned. We're gonna do a fan test roundup. We're gonna get this guy, maybe one from Corsair, a couple other brands, against some normal case fans just to see if there's any major difference. And we're gonna test them on a 240mm AIO on an overclocked i7 to see if there's any difference to whichever fans you choose. So definitely stay tuned for that roundup. We'll have that to you as soon as we can. I'm Nate from TechForge. See you in the next one.